What's up, guys? I'm Max from Airsoft. This is a weird background, but just so you can see it better. Um, this is another Airsoft school video. This one is on uh, a replacement or a fix, or just to check out your motor. I got this as um, a request from somebody. And so yeah, this is just basically me. He asked if I could do it on an M4. I don't own an M4 just for the fact that they're too boring for me. So this Masada is the closest thing I have to it. It's basically the same type. Um, Motor is in here. This area. Uh, So the first thing you want to do when you're taking out your motor is to make sure your battery is unplugged and your gun isn't gonna fire while you're taking it apart, because that would probably ruin your pinion gear if it started scraping against something you didn't want it to. So yeah, just make sure you have that, and then unscrew the two screws to the left and right. The 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 big, usually it uses a flathead screw. Don't mess with that. Once you get it, just keep it how it is. That is a motor adjustment. Is a motor adjustment screw, and they're completely pointless in my opinion. They just make it so your gun gets really hot for no reason, etc. So yeah, once you have that off, it'll reveal your motor. Um, this video does include me putting the gun or the motor back in. So there's really nothing about the motor that you have to do to get it out, importantly, but okay, so after you have this, take off the positive and negative wires, and then get a flathead, where the flatheads work best, or a a pair of pliers, and just kind of pry it out. It might take a while. Mine usually does take a while. So yeah. A thing with stock motors is that don't do this unless you are replacing the motor, because what can happen is that stock motors usually have a weak connection between the black motor adjustment pallet and the motor itself, and that can really screw you up, like really screw you up. Um, Let me get some pliers. Those always work best. Okay. So, jeez. Okay. There we go. And then you take your motor out. I'm using a Matrix Magnum motor. I have a short type um, for my one gun. So yeah, that's basically how you take it out. Then you can put it back in. Now putting it back in is usually the trickier part. It's not really that tricky for me, since I've done this like probably a couple. I've done this probably about 10 times. What you want to do is you want to put I just go by the positive. You want to put the positive clip right there on the opposite side of where the positive wire is, because what's going to happen is that if you put it on the side that it's on, here, I'll just do this for instance, your wire will go like this. It'll pop out. But if you have it on the opposite side, meaning you get the wire and you kind of roll the wire around it, it takes up a lot less space. See? And then just do the same with the black wire, or the negative wire. The negative wires are usually a lot smaller, so I don't know why they did that. And so now, see, now it's in pretty well. and you just make sure you push it down. You get your motor plate, and you get your screws. Make sure, before you do it, make sure everything's in perfect. Okay, and then you screw the first one in. Make sure that you're holding it down. You're holding both the motor plate down the entire time, because you don't want any screws to strip, because again, this isn't A&K gun, so it doesn't have the best externals. Alright, so yeah, so there we go. I don't have my high-speed battery, or not my high-speed, my better battery right now, so I'm just going to test the motor out by using a lower-end battery. So don't complain that the rate of fire is going to be slow, because I'm about to test this with a really bad battery. Okay, this is just an 8.4. I did my soldering kit and my Deans and my 16 gauge wiring comes in on the 10th, so I will be able to finally use lithium polymer batteries. Alright, so here we go. Here's the test. As you can see, it says fire, and it's just very, very slow with. Remember, this is a 8.4, so don't think that that's the max rate of fire I get. So this has been a little airsoft school for someone who wanted me to do this. He messed up putting his motor back in, so I'll be helping him with that. So yeah, this has been Max from Rascal Spirits Airsoft. See you guys later.